Hello guys, how are we? Can we just take a second, okay? Because I am literally a hot, sweaty mess right now. I've just got back from a riding lesson and I was like, you know what? I'm going out for dinner tonight with Rachel and Jack and I'm in the mood to get really glam, do my hair, do like a full face of makeup and just look a little better than this, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna be filming a get ready with me today. I thought I would get ready with you guys, show you my current like glam makeup routine. Obviously, as I've just said, I've just got back from a riding lesson, which is why I look like this. So the first thing that I'm gonna obviously do is get a shower and wash my hair. So I thought I would talk you guys through the products that I'm gonna be using to wash my hair and prep it afterwards. Products that I'm gonna be using first, I'm actually gonna be using the Hairburst Longer Stronger Trio 3-step kit, which is this right here. This part of the video is actually in collaboration with Hairburst as well, which I'm so excited about. So they actually reached out to me a couple of months ago and basically wanted to collab, and I was like, you know what, I really want to try the products first and see if I really love them. Oh my gosh, I am in love with all three of these products. Obviously, first off, I'm going to be using the shampoo and conditioner. These are like little mini ones because it is like a little kit, like a little trio kit, which is obviously perfect for travel and like gifts and whatever else. This is what the full size looks like, in case you're wondering. As it says on the bottles, the shampoo and conditioner are basically designed to give you longer and stronger hair. You guys know I love having long hair. Like, I don't think I could ever cut my hair off, and to be honest with my hair, it's like the longer the better. And obviously because it is longer, I do want to make sure I'm keeping it nice and healthy and nice and strong, which is what these products do. The third product in the trio set, which I'll be using once I've washed my hair and got out of the shower, this is the Volume and Growth Elixir, which I have been using this as well and absolutely loving it. So I'm going to use this on my hair once it's damp, and basically all three products together just help to make your hair a lot healthier, make it appear thicker and fuller, which is definitely what we want. All three of the products are cruelty free, paraben free, vegan, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be getting a shower and using the shampoo and conditioner first. But yeah, as I said, they basically just help to make your hair healthier, appear thicker. They've got amino acids in, so they help with moisture and things like that, and they also help to reduce any like shedding. My hair tends to honestly, I molt like a cat sometimes with my hair, but I feel like I've noticed such a difference with these. They also make your hair a lot less brittle as well, which is perfect, especially when you're trying to grow it and it is getting longer. I quite like to brush my hair when I've got the conditioner in. I feel like that's really been helping as well with my hair at the minute, rather than brushing it after I've got out of the shower and when it's like damp, just because it stops with any any breakage, kind of like any shedding, anything like that. I feel like it just again helps to keep your hair healthier. I also like to use cooler water towards the end of my shower, in case you want any other like hair growth tips. I like to use cooler water towards the end of the shower just to protect from like any potential heat damage as well. Obviously as well, you can use all of these products with the Hairburst vitamins too, which I have been taking as well, and I've definitely noticed a difference. Alicia actually did my hair recently for Mad's birthday a couple of weeks ago, and she also commented on like how much thicker my hair looked. Probably been using these products for about a month and a half at that point, I want to say, so I feel like I've definitely noticed a difference. I'm gonna go ahead and get a shower anyway, so I will be back in a second in this next clip. Just got out the shower. My hair is all brushed through, so I'm going to use a little bit of the Hairburst Volume and Growth Elixir. Again, just helps with hair growth, strength, actually has pea protein in as well to help with all of that. It also acts as a heat protectant, which is amazing. So protects my hair obviously against heat whilst I'm drying it, and then I am going to use a little bit more after I've dried it before I curl it, just as extra heat protectant. So really love this stuff. I feel like it just makes your hair really like nice and smooth and sleek as well, which I really like. Okay, so dried my hair, so I've just sectioned it off so that I can curl it. As I said, I'm going to use a little bit more of the elixir just to act as a heat protectant. And then I'm not really going to film much of this just because I feel like you guys have seen me curl my hair like 101 times, but I'm just going to curl everything away from my face, and I am just going to put it in bobby pins just so that it holds, just because it is freshly washed. Otherwise it tends to drop out quite fast. So I'm gonna do like thickish sections just because I am pinning it. And then I'm just gonna do it away from my face, like so. You just wanna hold it in your hand and then basically just fold it up and then just bobby pin it and do the same with the rest. Okay, so my hair is up in pin curls. I'm looking a bit crazy, but by the end of this, hopefully it should look cute. I'm just gonna head and done my brows and prime my eyes off camera. I feel like you guys have seen me do that so many times. So onto eyes, I thought we would use the Urban Decay Honey Palette. I've never used this before. I've literally had this in my drawer for so long and just never got around to using it. And really love, especially like this end with all of these like warm matte shades. So I think I'm gonna start with this shade, which is Hive. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of Drip, I think it's called, and also Sting, and basically just build those up in the outer corner. Always like to start on the outer corner of the eye, so yeah, I'm just popping that down there and then slowly gonna blend it in a little bit. And I'm just going back and forth just to blend it in a little bit. And then once I've got less product on the brush, I just use like a little bit of a lighter hand and just kind of feather it out towards the brow. And then I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and that Drip shade, and I'm going to use this basically just to deepen up. That's such a pretty colour. Just going to use this to deepen up the crease, and then also just to kind of mark out a really like subtle wing shape. I think I'm going to do like kind of a smoky eye, but nothing too heavy. I was actually debating doing like a red lip for this video because I've not done a red lip in what feels like forever, but I want to do like a little bit more of like a glam smoky eye, and I feel like I either like to do quite an intense eye or quite an intense lip, if that makes sense. And then I'm tempted to use a little bit of this Sting shade. It is quite dark, so I'm just going to take a small amount and kind of focus this more towards the lash line, like so. It's quite purpley as well, this shade, which is a little bit different to what I usually do. I think I'm going to use a little bit of the Beauty Bay Living My Best Light. This is a liquid eyeshadow in the shade Precious Topaz, just on the lid. In fact, am I going to do liner first? Yeah, in fact, I'm going to do liner first. I'm actually going to use the Sting shade, and I'm just going to use that to kind of do like a liner. And then, yeah, I'm going to use some of that liquid eyeshadow. So pretty. And then just like tap that out. Yeah, I was going to put a shadow over it, but I actually quite like it like that. But I am going to do a little bit of gel liner just to line the lash line. So I'm kind of just going to press it right where my lash line is, and then I'm going to use that darker shadow again just to smudge it out a little bit. So I'm kind of almost tracing with the gel what I did with the shadow, just to kind of intensify it a little bit and also give like something to cover up the lashes. Also going to use this in the tight line as well, just to intensify that a little bit. And then I'm just going to go over with a bit more of the shadow just to smoke it out. Okay, so that is one eye done. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. And then in terms of lashes, I'm just going to use Rodeo Jive by Backstage Beauty. You guys know they're like my favorite lashes ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this, and then we'll do skin. Hey, eyes are done. I actually really like them. Like, they're quite smoky but not too heavy, which is kind of what I was going for. Okay, so next up we have skin. Of course, I'm gonna use a little bit of my Ulla Henriksen Sea Rush brightening cream just on my neck and face. Started getting so many little breakouts down here. I'm like, hello. I think it's because I've been eating dairy, and definitely need to stop eating dairy because I'm pretty sure I'm like slightly lactose intolerant, but still also can't help myself. Like, cheese is delicious. Primer wise, I'm just going to use some of my NYX Bear With Me Jelly Primer. I'm going to have to buy a new one of this soon. Like, honestly, I have been using this non-stop. It's a really weird consistency. It literally is like jelly, but so like hydrating and so hydrating and moisturizing, which I'm just all about. Thank you. And then I'm going to use some of my Pat McGrath foundation. My tan has basically gone, so I'm gonna have to do like instant tan. Yeah, I'm gonna do instant tan. It will be fine in the end, but this is gonna be a little bit dark for me. Really like this foundation. It honestly blends so well into the skin. It's nice and lightweight, like feels like you're not really wearing anything, but it just looks good, if that makes sense. Like it feels lightweight, but it still has a really good coverage. Where are all of these spots coming from? Like, listen, I do not have the patience for this right now, to be honest. I do not have the patience for these spots at all. Yeah, so it is a little bit dark and a little bit warm for me at the minute. All of my tan has faded from Greece now, so honestly, I've literally not put fake tan on in probably like over a month, and I feel like now I've like got a taste of what it is to like not wear fake tan. I just can't bring myself to do fake tan again. Like I actually hate doing it. I'm gonna use some Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Caramel. Just gonna do some like little dots of this just to kind of act as cream bronzer. I feel like I kind of place cream bronzer a lot higher than I used to now, just because I feel like it adds like, it looks more of like a healthy glow when you put it a little bit higher on your cheeks, if that makes sense, compared to like putting it where you would contour. So I quite like putting it on like the high points of my cheeks and then just kind of blending it down into the skin. And then I'm going to do some of the Pat McGrath concealer. Really love this concealer. It's so like full coverage without having to use like an absolute ton of it. Then I'm going to mix in a little bit of my Steeler in the shade Fair, just because my concealer does tend to like dull down a little bit when I set it, so I like to make it extra bright so then it kind of evens out to like a nice amount of brightness, if that makes sense. So it looks really light now, but once we set it with powder it'll be fine. And then I'm just going to use a sponge. Anything left over I'll just kind of dot around the rest of the skin. I'm going to use Laura Mercier powder as always with my little puff. Really love this powder with a puff. I don't really like blending this powder in with a sponge. I find that it kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't do it doesn't do what I want it to do. Why was that such a struggle? But yeah, with a puff, it just really like fills in your pores, looks really mattifying, just kind of like smooths everything out texture wise. And then recently I've been using a little bit of my Laura Mercier powder in the shade 3 just on the outer portions of the face to set that down. I don't really use translucent powder. Can I speak today? I don't really use translucent powder like on the outer portions, so I prefer to use something that has like a little bit of colour to it, although this is a very like sheer coverage powder, so it works perfectly. And then onto bronzer, I'm using Fenty in the shade Shady Biz. I'm obsessed with this bronzer. Like since I've been cruelty free, before I was cruelty free, I feel like I used to use Benefit Hoola all the time, whereas now obviously I can't use Benefit anymore, which I'm really gutted about, but unfortunately they're not cruelty free. So I wanted to find something that was like a similar tone to that, in the sense of like it adds warmth to the skin, but I can still like contour my nose and do everything else with it. Like it's not too warm, if that makes sense. And I feel like this is like perfect for that. Nose contour is literally like probably my favorite thing to do. I mean, you guys have seen me do this so many times, but I just think it looks so pretty. Always connect your nose contour up to your brows as well, by the way. Like it makes so much difference just having that extra shadow there. Okay, and then for highlighter, I've really been enjoying loose highlighters at the minute. So this one I've not used in a while. It's the Artist Couture Illuminati. I'm just gonna use a small brush. This is like a Sigma soft blend. I like to use something small when I'm using loose highlighter just so that I'm not going overboard with it. And I always like tap off the excess in the lids. And I'll also just do like a little swipe of it on my skin before I go in on my cheekbone, just so that I know I'm not putting like a crazy amount of product on. And then a little bit of blush. I'm just using the Kat Von D Honeysuckle blush. Sorry, it's not Kat Von D anymore, it's KBD Beauty. So I'm just gonna use some of that just to add a little bit of colour back to the cheeks. I really, really like this blush. It's so pretty on. It's like kind of peachy but also quite pinky. Like looks like a really natural blush colour. And then I was debating doing my under eye today, because anyone that knows me and watches my makeup videos or just like sees my makeup, you will know I tend not to do my under eye. And I was like, do you know what, today I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do something different. But I actually really like this eye makeup like just as it is, so I think I'm gonna leave it. But obviously you could put something on your lower lash line if you wanted to. If I change my mind, I'll probably put something on in a second, but for now I'm gonna leave it there. So I'm gonna go in with lips, and I'm gonna use the Sleek Locked Up Lip Liner in the shade No Words. Probably like one of my favorite drugstore liners. It's so good. And then again, this is like a favorite of mine. This is the Bare Minerals Balance lipstick. I used to say this was a Smashbox lipstick. I don't know why I got it confused, but it's Bare Minerals and it's really, really good. And then I might put gloss on. This is the Fenty Cake Shake Gloss Bomb. This came in like a little gift set. And then I'm gonna start taking out these pins, and then I'm just gonna use like my fingers just to comb them out a little bit. Don't want to brush them out too much yet, because then they will drop as well. So yeah, this is the finished makeup and hair. I really hope you guys like it and enjoyed watching. If you've got any questions, of course, let me know and I will answer them down below. I'm always reading through your comments and replying and everything else. Big thank you to Hairburst as well for sponsoring the hair section of this video. I'm so obsessed with this, and I feel like you can see as well, like bearing in mind I've not put any hairspray, shine spray, anything, just like how healthy and thick and shiny my hair looks at the minute. Like I'm obsessed with it. So big thank you to them. I will link their trio kit down below with the shampoo, conditioner and elixir. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one.